You know all those things that you started in 2024 and didn't finish? Well, consider this your letting go ceremony. We're just going to evaluate those unfinished projects and decide if we're going to take them into the new year. So you spent money on it. Just consider it a tax and be done with it. If it's something that you don't want to finish, it's okay. So I'm going to give you 10 things that maybe you've been finishing, maybe you needed to finish but haven't done it yet, and we're just going to decide if it's something that you want to continue. All right, how about those crafts that you started? When I was in grade school, I started, my aunt taught me how to knit. And those little, it was an octopus, and you knit the square, you put it over the styrofoam ball, and then you braid the legs. I started that in grade school, and I never finished it. And just a few years ago, I just threw it away. I never finished, but I was going to, like, for 45 years, 50 years, I was going to finish that thing. Yeah, I didn't finish it. And I finally decided, I carried it from house to house to house. So if you've got crafts that I don't know, you're probably not like I am and keep things that long, but yeah, you may be though. So if you've got unfinished craft projects, either decide and set a date to finish it, or just donate it, or maybe, I don't know, I just threw it away. Nobody wants a 50-year-old ball of yarn. So I don't know. It wasn't even half finished. It was bad. All right, the next thing. How about that book that you started reading? Decide. Look, if you don't enjoy it, you don't have to finish reading that thing. I bought a book just a couple months ago, and I really enjoyed it when I started reading the book, but I'm kind of over it. I'm done with the book, and I don't want to finish reading it. So I have a box that's sitting outside in my garage, just right inside the door there. And so that book is fixing to go into the box. I'm just going to donate it. Somebody else will love the book. It is a good book. I've just moved on to other books and other things. So don't feel like you have to finish the book. Just let it go. Delete it, donate it. Just get rid of it. How about that collection that you started? I had a collection and I tried adding to it, and I did for quite some time, but I don't know if I got bored with it or what, but I just quit. So, but I kept it because I put work into it, but it was just clutter, just taking up space. So if you are still just crazy about thimbles and you want to keep collecting thimbles, you do that. But if you don't care one thing about the thimbles or the mugs or t-shirts from every state or whatever it is that you've been collecting, and you have no use for it and you just don't want it, don't feel like you have to keep adding to the collection. Don't feel like you have to even keep it just because you put years into collecting that thing. Look, if you're over it, just admit that you're over it and donate those things, or just get rid of them. It's okay. It'll be fine. All right, how about that planner that you only fill out a few weeks? Now, look, this is my favorite planner, the Legend Planner. I'll link to it in the description. This is my favorite planner. You know why this is my favorite planner? Because if I skip a few weeks, if I skip a month or two, it's okay, because I don't have to waste any pages in it because it's not dated like that. Or, oh, well, great, now I've wasted 3 months of the planner and I can't even use it anymore, or I've got so many blank pages. This one is not like that. This one, you just jump right in, put your date on there, and you don't have to waste a whole big planner. So if Like if a written planner is not your thing, go to digital. If digital planner is not your thing, that's fine. Don't feel like you have to finish the planner or use this one, because then you can just jump right in right where you left off. All right, you can quit that productivity app if it's not serving you. I downloaded an app. It was a budgeting app, which is really great. I love it. I say I love it. I guess I can't really say I love it because I don't use it all the time. But it's a great concept and it works really well. I'm just a pen and paper girl. I like to do my budget in a notebook, just like this. That's it. I prefer that over a fancy app. The apps are great, and honestly, the app is more convenient, but you know what's even more convenient is what you'll use. And I use this spiral notebook way more than I use the app. So if you don't use it, it's okay. Even if you spent money on it, it's okay. Just quit using it and it's fine. Find what works. Y'all budget. Now make sure you keep budgeting, but find what works. You don't think you have to stick to that thing that you tried in 2024. Find something new or go back to your old method that did work for you. All right, how about that puzzle that's still on the table that's been there for 6 months? If you genuinely want to finish that puzzle, then finish the puzzle. But look, if you're tired of looking at that thing already, then just put it in the box and let it go. Instead of being out there taking up space and walking by it all the time thinking, oh, I really need to finish that puzzle. Or maybe you are the type that you just like to lay down a piece ever so often and you just call it good like that. And then you enjoy that. That is fine. What I'm saying though is don't keep something out that's making you feel guilty, like, oh, I should finish this, but I've not finished it. I really need to finish that puzzle. Look, if you don't want to, it's okay. Just put it in the back in the box, and maybe you'll do it next year, or just donate it. If you're tired of it, then just donate it. How about that book that you keep saying, I'm going to write a book, I'm going to write a book, I'm going to write a book, or maybe you're partway into, okay, look, you may have a great story and people may tell you, you should really write a book. And maybe you should write a book. But you know what? If you don't want to write a book anymore, then don't write a book. You don't have to. Don't feel the weight and the burden and the guilt over having not finished something because you think you should or somebody else thinks you should. Look, if you're done with that, then just let go of the thought. You may decide later, maybe it's just not the right season. Maybe at some point down the road, you'll pick that idea back up. You'll pick up that book. You'll get back into it and you'll have more bandwidth to get in and start writing that book. If you do, if what's holding you back is the fact that you don't know how to get started, I know I can put you in contact with people that can help get you started. There's a wonderful Facebook group, Wendy Melrose, and she is fantastic at helping people get their books published. So what I'm saying is, if it's the fact that you're just stuck because you don't know the next step, let me know because I can put you in contact with somebody. But if you don't really want to do it, don't think you have to do it. Don't carry that into 2025. Just let it go. That broken thing that you have been gonna fix. So either fix it and schedule when you're going to fix it, or just let it go. Just get rid of it. We had a broken bird bath and it was pretty. I liked it. It was pretty and I was going to fix it. But it's finally, after 2 years of not fixing that bird bath, I finally decided it's time to let it go into the dumpster. So away it went. If you've got those things that are just broken and you're gonna fix them. You're gonna sew that button on. You're gonna fix that hole. You're gonna repair that thing. Put it on the calendar to repair it, or just get rid of it. Just let it go. Let 2025 be your season of letting it go. Just let it go. How about that course you enrolled in, or that program that you bought and you started into it, but then you didn't finish it? So let me ask you, do you really want to finish that? Are you still interested in it? Is the information still valuable to you? I mean, so you paid money for it. Look, if it's stealing your time, if you're not interested, if it's just a weight on you, let it go. Just let it go. Sometimes we get into things and then we decide, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So if it's that thing for you, don't finish the course. Look, I'm all for finishing things that we start. Yes, I am pro finish what you start. However, if it's weighing you down, if it's just a drain on you, if it's a burden that you're just carrying over from month to month, year to year, at some point, you've either got to finish it or let it go. So if you do, we bought a course that was on, it was a bow mechanics course, and we got partway into it and it just wasn't for us. So you know what? Sometimes you just pay the tax. Just the fact that, I spent money on that and yeah, I don't like it. So it's okay, because we learn about things as we go along. So, all right, this one's the most important one. And this year, how about we quitting on our 1-year Bible plan, or we quitting our Bible reading. Here's what I mean. So people will start a 1-year Bible plan, and then they'll get a few months into it, and just things come up in life and they don't get to their Bible reading. And then more and more, it just keeps happening, and then they don't make it a priority, and then it's kind of lose track, and then it's just like, oh, what's the point? I'm already so far behind. I'm never gonna finish. So then you quit reading your Bible. Oh, look, here's what I want you to know. Just because you didn't finish your 1-year Bible reading plan in 1 year, don't stop reading it. All right? You can start 2025 in the book of Isaiah rather than the book of Genesis. Case in point, I started my 1-year Bible reading plan in 2024, January 1st, 2024. And I was making great progress. And I was reading the Old Testament and the New Testament. I got all of the New Testament done. That just goes quicker. Obviously, it's smaller. But I got on into the Bible. Into the Old Testament, and I got really interested in some of those stories, and I just wanted to spend a little more time in those books. And so I deviated from my Bible reading plan, and then some days I didn't get back to that. So December 31st, I was on Isaiah chapter 37. Now I could go, oh, I'm such a terrible person. I can't even read my Bible in a year. And, I could be upset with myself for not accomplishing the goal. But you know what? I read all the New Testament, and I read all up to Isaiah chapter 37, and I've learned a lot. And so rather than just giving up, because I realized at some point I'm not going to finish this in 1 year. And so rather than just giving up on it or feeling bad about it, just carry on. Just keep going. I started January 1st in Isaiah chapter 35. And you know what? Honestly, I don't care how long it takes me to read all through the Bible. I'm reading to understand, not to finish. Now, there are some times that I am very adamant about my goal, and I will check that off, and I want to read it in this time frame, and that's fine. But what is more important to me is that I read to understand, not to finish. Because honestly, I am more apt now to take 2 years in a Bible reading plan, a year and a half to 2 years, because there are days that I just want to read through it and kind of, especially if it's a story, if it's into a story. Um, but still, I just want to slow down. I want to slow down and really understand, because I think this is the one downfall of trying to force yourself to read in a certain time frame, say the Bible in a year, is that you can get in that mindset of I checked it off. Well, yeah, you may have checked it off, but do you know what you read? Because I've done that. I've been through my Bible, finished it, and then I had no clue what I read, or I read it so fast that it was just checking off of the list. And God's word is so precious that I don't want to just check it off the list. I want to understand what I'm reading. So I will generally read it a little bit slower. And if I get through a chapter or even a few verses and I realize I don't know what I just read, I will reread it, and I will reread it and reread it, so I can try to understand and say, God, what are you saying to me in this passage? Now, in my last two videos at the end, I put out there, and I'd let you know that I'm creating an online membership community for women to learn to read the Bible. And so I will coach you through a Bible reading process of how to understand the Bible, how to read, what do those numbers mean in your Bible? How do you use the concordance? How do you know what Bible translation to use? And so I want to help you with that. So if you are interested in that, I don't have my start date just yet. I'm still working out a few details, but I need to know if you are interested in that. So if you are interested in joining a Bible reading community where I coach you through it and I'm your guide, I will show you how and give you, look, this is what we're going to read it together. You will meet a group of friends inside this community. It's a safe place. It's a safe atmosphere. And because maybe you don't have this available to you. Maybe your church doesn't offer a Bible study, or maybe it offers a book club, but you want to you want to read straight from the Bible and learn how to read the Bible for yourself. Or maybe you don't have a church home. Maybe you don't have any access at all to learn how to study the Bible. Maybe you need a group of friends to be accountable with and hold you accountable for that. So, okay, I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up on this meeting, and I'm going to read with my new friends to read and understand the Bible. If that interests you, just let me know. And I would love to see you inside of that community. And I'll let you know coming up when that's going to be starting. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to make a decision. As I've gone through this list, you may have thought, oh yeah, I have this unfinished project. I have this and this that's unfinished. I want you to write those down, and then I want you to decide. It's a powerful thing to make a decision. So decide, am I going to finish it? And by what date I'm going to finish it? Or am I going to let it go and it just be okay? So what I want you to do is make a decision what you're carrying into 2025, and let me know if you would like to be a part of our online membership community to study the Bible. So happy New Year and God bless.